Hello. If you're here, you probably know what madness combat is. Alright, you saw the title of the video. You're here to learn how to skill farm. But first, let's break down the basics of how to, do in this game. Your XP is divided amongst 4 categories: unarmed, melee, acrobatics, and ranged. They gain experience from you flailing about as a noob, slapboxing, waving a nail board, laying suppressing fire, and tripping through combat until you have a decent amount of XP in that respective tree, allowing you to unlock a skill and some attribute points that make yourself more efficient and your gameplay easier by comparison. Want to get better punches? Flail your arms about in some arenas with no weapons. Need a better baseball swing? Practice with a wood board and an opponent's head. Your shot sucks? Only shoot during a combat. Do not do anything other than bring guns. I promise you, you're probably going to do this unintentionally. I know I did. I benefited from it because I was using a ranged character. Need to dodge better? Well, that's where things get kind of tricky. Every other skill builds off of like several actions that you do all the frickin' time. Unarmed and melee gain experience from attacking and blocking. Like once you gain the ability to block attacks, you start just jacking your unarmed and melee experience. Well, mostly your unarmed experience, but because of the fact that unarmed gets the ability to not only block but also counter. But that's for another time. We're not getting into the specifics yet. Range gains experience from shooting. You know, that thing that happens like in 90% of madness combat. Melee even gets a buff and experience when you use bayonets or bash somebody with the blunt ends of your guns, to be honest. Acrobatics, however, gain experience from dodging, throwing, and, well, throwing things. Dodging and throwing things. Yeah, that's it. These two things, you don't really need to do these two things all that much throughout the game, to be completely honest, if you're good at it. I mean, if you are good at it, you're probably dodging all over the place, but even then, you probably also have specced out your skills a bit. But we're getting into the fact that you just started the freaking game, so stop getting ahead of me. Seriously, come here, come here. You're on the wrong side of the chalkboard. So if you want to farm these skills in, say, I don't know, the Sleepwalker program, of course it'd take a lot of discombobulation, admirable shots, and yo! Anywhere else still applies, but acrobatics will never really grow like the other skills. Unless you have friends. Because Bossman keeps inviting people in that he finds outside, you can assemble and train up a squad of mercs to do your bidding and net you money and experience. These men, no matter how inept, are connected to you, so if they kill someone, you get the money and experience, and their growth is completely separate from yours. To jack up your acrobatics stat, the meta goes as follows. Enter an arena with a decent amount of experience gain for your character. Add in as many units as your tactics will physically allow. Load in and then only throw things. Like before you start the match, equip some sort of throwing weapon and bladed weapon that you wouldn't miss if you accidentally yeeted it over the side of a safety rail, even though the game doesn't really have those. Basically, once you load in and once you have your kit, just start yeeting. Throw things and dodge. Do not punch, do not shoot, do not chase people with a pointy stick. Just throw and dodge. If you get one kill, at least one kill, you will gain as much experience as needed from, literally having that singular interaction throughout the entire fight. It does not matter. The game does not give a fuck. In my experiences, see what I did there? If you so much as take down a dude, then depending on how many throw kills juxtaposed to other kills you have, you'll gain the respective XP, but the other skills will take priority over aggro because of the fact that, you just used a takedown. This is something that you have to unlock to get better in the game. It gains more experience because it's like, hey, you used a thing that you unlocked to kill somebody. Look at you. Pat on the head, scratch behind the ears. Here's some more unarmed experience, even though you literally can't spec out any further in that because your unarmed stat is the one thing that you're weak with. You need to load in with a team of trained specialists and give out orders like Watch Dogs 1 guide missions. Only if you direct incorrectly, you die, not the person you're helping. Your XP gain will of course depend on what mission you're doing because some missions give you more money, some missions give you more experience. But so far, this strat helped me to break a brick wall that I was hitting because I kept trying to upgrade my character, but it turns out that I couldn't because it's spec out things by doing certain things instead of just thinking that you can go into a game and do whatever the fuck you want, have fun. I found it in Steam discussions, used it for a day, and I've been bringing up my acro stat high enough to be rather satisfied and rather quickly too. Like it only took a couple of missions. It really doesn't take long, especially if you're just, yeeting and dodging all the time. Plus, not throwing a punch, hitting somebody with a board, or shooting somebody in the back of the head execution style means that you didn't exercise any of the other skills that you would have been training, which means everything gets poured into that acro stat. Spider-Man, the weed has been legalized. My plan has already come to full fruition. You cannot stop me. I'm Suction Cup Man. Look at me. No, we're not.